With a bold approach, Srihari LR employs the King's Indian Defence Makogonov variation against Gupta in this Asian Individual Chess Championships 2025 Open Round 3 match. On d4. Knight f6. On c4. On g6. Knight c3. Bishop g7. On e4. On d6 leads us into King's Indian Defence Makogonov variation. On h3. King castled kingside. Bishop e3. Knight a6. Knight f3. On e5. On d5. Knight h5. On g3. Srihari LR is planning to play Knight d2. On c6. Bishop e2. On f5. On takes f5. On takes f5. Bishop takes h5. On f4. Knight f1 and seize the initiative. On f5 played by Gupta. On takes f5. On takes f5. Knight g5. Threatening queen takes h5. Knight f6 played by Gupta. Bishop e2. Queen e7. Queen d2. Bishop d7. King castled queenside. King h8 it is novelty move. On h4. Knight g4. Bishop takes g4. On takes g4. On h5. Bishop f5. Knight ge4. Srihari LR might go for Bishop g5. Bishop f6. Knight takes f6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop f6 played by Gupta. Rook df1. Knight b4. Threatening knight takes a2 check. On b3 played by Srihari LR. Queen d7. On a3. Srihari LR is aiming to play Knight takes f6. Rook takes f6. On takes b4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop takes e4 played by Gupta. Knight takes e4. Queen f5. On f3. Threatening queen takes b4. On takes f3 played by Gupta. Knight f2. Srihari LR intends to play on g4. Queen d7. On g5. Bishop e7. Queen takes b4 and increase their advantage significantly. Knight a6 played by Gupta. On g4. Threatening pawn takes f5. Queen d7 played by Gupta. On g5. Threatening pawn takes f6. Bishop e7 played by Gupta. On g6. Srihari LR is preparing to play Rook hg1. Bishop f6. Queen c2. Rook ae8. King b1. Rook e7. Knight e4 and secure a stronghold in the game. Queen f5 played by Gupta. Rook fg1. Srihari LR is aiming to play on g7 check. King g8. On promotes to bishop at gx f8 check and seize the initiative. Bishop f6 played by Gupta. Bishop h6. Srihari LR is preparing to play on g7 check. Bishop takes g7. Bishop takes g7 check, and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook fe8 played by Gupta. On b4. On e4. Knight g4. Think carefully what is the best move for Gupta. On f2 is the right idea because Queen takes f2. Queen takes f2. Knight takes f2. On e3. On g7 check. King g8. Still Gupta is losing, shifting to the main line. Knight g4. Srihari LR intends to play. On g7 check. King g8. Bishop e3. Queen takes g4. Rook takes g4, and put immense pressure on the opponent. On e3 is a mistake played by Gupta. On g7 check. A tough loss for Gupta, who resigned under pressure.